So I guess a happy teenage birthday to the Up All Night album. One Direction's Up All Night album came out 13 years ago today, and here's a fun thing. I did not listen to it 13 years ago today, despite the fact that when it came out 13 years ago today, I had already been a Directioner for about 3 months. I wasn't allowed to listen to it because my bestie was at uni, and I wasn't allowed to listen to it without her. She was coming back from break in like a couple days. So Friday, the album came out, and she was going on break on Wednesday. Mind you, it was 13 years ago today in the UK. North America did not get this album. I ordered it online so that I'd get a physical copy through the mail, but it was going to take a few weeks to get to me. It was a different world back then. There was no like streaming platforms, anything. What you had was iTunes. And on iTunes, like the songs were locked so that like you bought them on iTunes but could only play them on iTunes or on iPods or on iPhones. I don't even know if... Yeah, we did have iPhones then. I didn't have an iPhone then, but they existed. What someone would have to do is at midnight, they would have to download the song from iTunes, which they would have to purchase, and then they would have to digitally record the iTunes audio, upload the MP3s to Tumblr, and then you had to download the MP3s off of these folders on Tumblr before they got scrubbed for copyright infringement. Like that was the way it was with all of their songs. With Gotta Be You, with Na Na Na, Another World. Every time someone in the UK had to upload them, and then we had to rip them. So at midnight, I had to really quickly download the MP3s. Even though I wasn't allowed to listen to them, I still had to download them like as fast as I could before they got taken down. Then I had them saved to a folder on my laptop, so when my bestie arrived on Wednesday, we could listen to the album together top to bottom. And I was going to put it onto my iPod that day because she straight up forbade me from putting the songs on my iPod before she got there because she was convinced I was going to listen to it and then be like, no, I didn't. To be fair, I definitely would have done that. What I was allowed to listen to, though, was the iTunes preview snippets of each song. Before an album came out, when you had the option to pre-order it, what they would also do with the pre-order is they would give you like, I think like 20 or 25 or 22, it was like a weird number, but they would give you like that much of a song snippet so that you could preview the song that you were about to buy. So I think it was like 2 weeks before Up All Night came out when they put the previews up. Someone took all of the like 20-second song snippets and threw them together into like one big YouTube video. And then I took the YouTube video, put it through the YouTube to MP3 converter, and then downloaded it. I want to say it was like an 8.5 minute long video with all of these One Direction song snippets. So I had like downloaded that and I was listening to that on repeat. And my bestie was like, yeah, that's fine. So I still remember like each of the clips, like what the songs were like. I was convinced that Same Mistakes was gonna be my favorite song based on the snippet. It went from like the, wait for the end to change and we take it for granted that will be the same, but we're making all the same mistakes. Wake up, we both need to wake up. And that was the snippet. And for some reason, I listened to that snippet and I was like, this is gonna be the best song. And then I was mildly disappointed. So then anyway, my bestie was supposed to come home Wednesday night and we were going to listen to it together Thursday morning. I had taken Thursday off from work completely because that had been the plan. She also like could not wait. So after her last final on Tuesday morning, she jumped a bus and took a bus like from Boston all the way back to the Great White North, arrived at my house Tuesday night, knocked on the door right after I got back from work. So I was still like in my work uniform and there she is with her backpack. I'm like, hello, what are you doing here? And she was like, oh, I figured we could listen to the album now. So we go straight to my laptop, we pull the folder into iTunes with the MP3s, and my iPod was dead, by the way, because I'd been listening to it all day at work, so we had to let it charge. And then we had to find, because I didn't even know where it was, my headphone jack splitter for the iPod. For the children watching at home, this was like a little piece of plastic with a little metal on the end that you would plug into your iPod, and it would let you plug in 2 sets of headphones at the same time. So we finally find the headphone jack splitter. My iPod finally charges enough that it's going to be able to listen to it through the whole album. So we unplug, we turn off all the lights, we lay on my bedroom floor, and we're just listening. After every single song, we would pause the music to talk about what we had just heard, to like give our opinions and everything on each song and decide like, this is my favorite, this is my favorite. To this day, despite all of the life that I have lived, despite everything that I've done, every great giant memory that I've had, that remains in my top 5 happiest moments of my life.